Since the dawn of humanity, an inexplicable flame burns within us, curiosity. We look to the sky and ask, what lies beyond the stars? In a vast and unknown universe, our curiosity is the guiding light, the force that drives us to explore, learn, and question. Carl Sagan, one of the greatest champions of this quest, reminded us that by understanding the cosmos, we understand our origins. We are made of star stuff, a simple phrase that connects us to the infinite. Have you ever wondered how this curiosity shapes your choices and your search for meaning in life? Carl Sagan frequently emphasized that human curiosity is one of our defining traits. We are a species that looks at the sky and seeks to understand what lies beyond our limited vision. The cosmos, with its vastness and mystery, is a constant invitation to discovery. For Sagan, the desire to explore, to learn, and to question is what truly makes us human. Sagan reminded us that by understanding the cosmos, we also come to understand our own origin. We are made of star stuff, which connects us to all the stars and planets that make up the universe. This idea is not just scientific, but deeply philosophical, reminding us that while we may seem small, we are deeply integrated into the grand scheme of the cosmos. Do you feel that human curiosity is a force that drives our search for purpose? How does this curiosity affect your personal life and choices? This first part invites us to think about how our capacity to question and explore is one of the keys to understanding our place in the universe. Carl Sagan believed that when we look at the cosmos, we are confronted with a sense of vastness and insignificance. The famous pale blue dot concept encapsulates this idea. A photo of Earth taken billions of kilometers away, where our planet appears as a small point of light, almost invisible in the vastness of space. For Sagan, this tiny point represents not only our physical fragility, but also our vulnerability as a species. This perspective was not meant to discourage us or make us feel insignificant. On the contrary, it leads to a profound understanding that, despite our smallness, our existence holds immense meaning. Life on Earth is, in many ways, a miracle, something to be celebrated and protected. When you think about our small existence in the vast universe, how does that affect your view of life and purpose? Do you think that understanding our fragility makes us more humble and conscious of the need to care for what we have? Sagan used this idea to emphasize the importance of caring for our home, Earth, since it is the only known place where life, as we understand it, exists. The vastness of the cosmos is a constant reminder of our responsibility. For Carl Sagan, science was not just a tool for solving problems, but a way to understand our place in the universe and, in a sense, give meaning to our existence. He believed that science, with its ability to illuminate the deepest truths of the cosmos, connects us to something greater than ourselves. Through knowledge, we are able to explore the unknown, and in doing so, find a purpose that transcends our daily concerns. Sagan saw scientific curiosity as an essential driving force for human advancement. He pointed out that, as we explore the universe, we are forced to reflect on fundamental questions. Where did we come from? Why are we here? What lies beyond our current understanding? These questions are not just scientific, they are philosophical, and the quest for answers gives us direction and purpose. Have you ever had an experience where the pursuit of knowledge helped you find more meaning in life? How do you see science and reason as sources of deeper understanding about yourself and the universe? Sagan reminds us that science not only expands our knowledge, but also teaches us to think critically, question, and continually seek new truths, which in itself can be a great source of purpose. Carl Sagan often warned about the fragility of human life, especially at a time when the impact of human actions on the planet was becoming increasingly evident. For him, Earth was a fragile, pale blue dot floating in the vastness of space, and our survival depended directly on how we chose to treat the environment and one another. In addition to being a reflection on our vulnerability, Sagan used the fragility of life to inspire action. He emphasized that in such a vast and indifferent universe, Earth is the only known home for human life, and we must treat the planet with the utmost respect and care. Science, to him, was not just a way to understand nature, but a means to act to ensure the sustainability of our environment. How do you view the relationship between the fragility of human life and the urgent need to care for the planet? How can our actions today impact future generations? What are your individual and collective responsibilities in ensuring Earth's preservation? Sagan invites us to adopt a broader perspective on our role on Earth, understanding that our existence depends not only on our evolution as a species, but also on the preservation of the environment that sustains us. Carl Sagan rejected the idea that human purpose should be centered around promises of immortality or rewards after death. He believed that, instead of seeking physical immortality, true value lies in living a full and meaningful life in the present. The search for meaning should not be a preparation for something beyond death, but an expression of who we are while we are alive. For Sagan, immortality is not about living forever, but about leaving a legacy of ideas and actions that transcend our physical existence. The work of scientists, artists, philosophers, and leaders can influence future generations, and this kind of immortality through positive impact is what truly matters. His vision challenges us to focus our energies on making a difference while we are alive, rather than waiting for rewards in an afterlife. How do you view the idea that the true meaning of life lies in how we live in the present, rather than waiting for something beyond death? What would you like to leave as a legacy for future generations? How can you make your life more meaningful now, rather than postponing that meaning? Sagan teaches us that true immortality lies in the impact we have on the world while we are alive, and that this is far more valuable than any promise of eternal physical life. Carl Sagan believed that as we explored the cosmos and understood more about the universe, we became more aware of our interconnectedness with all forms of life on Earth and with the cosmos itself. The famous idea that we are made of star stuff reveals a profound truth. Everything that exists, from the stars to human beings, is connected by a web of cosmic and biological forces. This vision also reminds us of the importance of looking at the whole, instead of seeing ourselves as isolated beings or superior to others. Sagan invited us to understand that all living beings share the same space and the same fate. He saw life as a precious and unique phenomenon that should be respected in all its forms. Sagan also suggested that the search for understanding the cosmos could help us overcome divisions and conflicts among humans. By understanding our common origin and our relationship to the universe, we could unite in a broader, more altruistic view of what it means to be human. Have you ever stopped to reflect on the idea that all living beings share a common origin in the cosmos? How could this vision change the way you view your relationship with other human beings and with the planet? How can you apply this sense of interconnectedness in your daily actions? This part challenges us to think about our unity with all living beings, seeking a more integrated and less fragmented vision of existence. Carl Sagan believed that the greatest legacy we can leave for future generations is the knowledge and wisdom we acquire throughout our lives. He saw education, science, and learning as the most powerful tools for transforming society and enabling future generations to build a more prosperous and balanced future. For Sagan, it was not just about accumulating information, but about sharing it in ways that could benefit the common good. He emphasized that by understanding more about the cosmos, we have the responsibility to share that knowledge with others in ways that inspire future generations to continue the search for understanding. Education and scientific curiosity are key to combating ignorance and fear, and to creating a more open and cooperative world. Furthermore, Sagan believed that science should be used to solve global problems like hunger, poverty, and environmental threats. The knowledge we acquire is not just for our individual benefit, but for the collective good, and we all have a responsibility to use our understanding of the world to help improve life on the planet. How can you share the knowledge and wisdom you've acquired with others? In what ways can scientific knowledge and education be used to positively transform society? What are your responsibilities in relation to the future, especially regarding the transmission of values and knowledge? This part reminds us that knowledge is not an end in itself, but a means of building a better future for all. The most valuable legacy we can leave is one that helps transform the world positively. In his final reflections, Carl Sagan often pointed to humanity's future, emphasizing that we are at a critical moment in our evolution. He envisioned a future where, as we looked to the stars, we would not only seek to explore the cosmos, but also unite around a common purpose of peace, understanding, and sustainability. Sagan argued that with scientific advances and a greater awareness of our place in the universe, we could overcome the divisions and conflicts that separate us, creating a more cooperative and global society. For him, space exploration was not just about discovering new worlds, but about bringing humanity together around a shared vision for the future. He saw science and education as essential tools for building a more just and peaceful future, where nations and cultures could collaborate for the common good. Moreover, Sagan believed that understanding the cosmos could cultivate a sense of humility and connection with humanity. By realizing that our existence is fragile and unique, he believed that we could be more supportive of each other, aware of the preciousness of human life. Do you believe that humanity can truly unite around a common purpose, overcoming divisions and creating a better future? How can we, as a global society, work toward a future of unity and sustainability? In what ways can you contribute to the vision of a more compassionate and united world? Sagan leaves us with an optimistic and challenging vision that if we are willing to look beyond our differences and work together, we can create a future where humanity unites to face the challenges of the cosmos and life on Earth.